Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Husni Mardiah. I'm from Educational Psychology Study Program, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia Bandung. I will present my journal about parents' involvement in handling autism children. Introduction. Parents play an important role in handling and developing children's abilities, especially children with special needs. In handling and developing the abilities of children with special needs, especially children with autism, knowledge and optimal handling are needed from parents. According to A. Kosasi, 2012, children with special needs experience obstacles in psychological development, cognitive abilities, and mental. Therefore, it requires special handling. One of children with special needs who need special treatment from the parents is an autistic child. Autism is not a disease, but it's a disturbance or delay from a child in terms of cognitive, psychological, mental, and communication development. Sulistyo, 2009. In addition to providing physical needs, parents also need to develop the abilities of autistic children in the fields of cognitive or intelligence, affective and psychomotor development of children. Hairunisa, 2018. Obstacles which are often faced by parents in dealing with and developing the abilities of autistic children are limited funds for education and therapy for child development. The impotence of parents in dealing with autistic children will slow down the development process. The behavior of autistic children is undirected and difficult to manage. Parents' lack of information and knowledge is carrying out proper handling of autistic children. Family and the environment surroundings give low support of motivation. Kusumastuti, 2014. Many parents out there who often complain and despair in handling and educating autistic children due to lack of knowledge and motivation from surrounding environment, causing stress in parenting autistic children. Fitrani and Kurniati, 2013. Several efforts can be made by parents in handling and developing the abilities of autistic children. Two of them are done by using ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis, and the occupational method. The approach with this ABA method is that parents educate and handle autistic children by providing pictures or media that can stimulate their ability to understand the image or media provided and can train autistic children disciplines is understanding orders given by parents. This method has a fairly good level of effectiveness in developing and changing the behavior of autistic children because the method is more structured, clear, and easy to understand, has clear guidelines, and visible success and failure in carrying out the method. From this result, the level of success can be evaluated. Kuntum, 2018. The second one is the method of occupation. This method is an approach by combining art with science that can help direct autistic children to understand something, such as game by including learning in it so as to stimulate the ability of autistic children to think. Juliano, 2018. Research method. This research used a qualitative approach with case study. This case study research method means that researchers look at cases from various data and information obtained in the field and focus more on developing limited cases so that the result can be more detailed and complete. Ade S. Febrianto and Ira Darmayanti, 2016. According to Creswell, the approach through this case study is more appropriate to see barriers or obstacles faced by parents who have children with autism. It's due to the fact that it focuses on programs or even in the field, and it produces more in-depth and accurate accurate information, as well as it has more focused and detailed analysis based on comprehensive data. Creswell G. 2015. Data were collected using observation, interview, and documentation. Interviews were conducted with parents of autistic children. After the data were collected, the researcher conducted data analysis aiming to make summary or conclusion based on the data obtained in the field. Result and discussion. Based on the result of interviews with parents of autistic children, it was found that parents of autistic children an obstacle or problem in educating and dealing with autistic children. These obstacles are the lack of support of motivation from the family and surrounding environment, and the lack of parental knowledge in directing and reducing their child's autistic disorder, and limited funds for the treatment of autistic children. Atri Nur Kusumastuti, 2014. In this section, major findings dominantly described in conducting the analysis are that parents who have autistic children have obstacles in handling autistic children, including limited costs in the treatment of or therapy of autistic children, and the lack of support or motivation from families and the surrounding environment in educating children with autism, as well as the lack of parental knowledge in educating and handling autistic children, causing parents to often be overwhelmed by the behavior of their children caused by the autistic disorder. He was told to just take the plate. He didn't know he took the bowl. He is in junior high school already, but he still cannot distinguish the object around him. Children with autism experience delay in cognitive ability. At the age of 13 years, they still cannot distinguish simple objects around them, such as distinguishing eating utensils and toiletries. Children with autism cannot understand and follow orders given by parents or other people, so that they have difficulty in carrying out their daily lives. Below are the answers from the excerpt of interview with 3 parents of children with autism related to their responses to the children's cognitive abilities. A. My son can tell the difference between a pillow and bolster. He was told to take a pillow. Instead, he brought a bolster. R. It looks like he doesn't understand orders. He was told to take a plate, but he is still busy with his toys. He was told to sit down. He ran instead. S. My child still has difficulty in distinguishing letter and number, especially if the letters and numbers are similar, like the letter W and M. I'm busy working. I don't have the time and money to educate and teach my children at home. Limited cost, time and knowledge is educating autistic children. Due to limited cost and time, parents cannot develop the cognitive abilities of autistic children optimally. Parents cannot afford to send their children to the autistic child therapist center, and the lack of time at home to educate and develop the cognitive abilities of autistic children. Parents also have minimal knowledge in educating and developing the cognitive abilities of autistic children, as shown in the answer from interviews with 3 parents of autistic children regarding their responses in developing cognitive ability of autistic children. A. I go to work in early morning and come home late in afternoon, so I have a little time to teach my children. R. I'm confused about teaching my child because I can't wait when he doesn't understand either. I want to put him in therapy, but there is no money. S. I don't have much time to teach my children. During the day I work. When I get home from work, he has already sleeping. He must be scolded, sometimes beaten first to help him understand. Violence towards autistic children is a natural thing in educating them. According to parents of children with autistic children, firmness and a little violence to autistic children are sometimes needed because when parents start to be assertive, they will be afraid and try to be disciplined and carrying out their daily lives. When an autistic child is still unable to obey, parents say they feel the need to do a little violence to the autistic child to create a deterrent and fear effect. As indicated by the answer from the interview excerpt with three parents of autistic children regarding their responses in developing cognitive abilities of autistic children. A. When he pinches someone else, I reply by pinching him back so he knows the pain. Or I don't say yes to all of his wishes. Sometimes I get angry when he can be controlled. As I can be patient to educate my child sometimes. I often hit like every time he cannot be told. Conclusion. Based on the description above, it can be concluded that parents have a very important role in educating and developing the abilities of autistic children. Without parents' role and support to autistic children, there are only limited to children who have many shortcomings underestimated by others and their environment. In addition to special attention and handling, parents must also have a lot of knowledge and experience in educating and teaching their children at home, as well as the patience in educating them because children with autism have very slow development.